This orchid is Dendrobium fleckeri, and this is a species that's native to Australia, and it's got this orange yellow colour. So on that one there you can see it's a little bit of an orange colour, so it's orange and yellow, and there's another two. So this plant has 4 flowers. In addition to those 4 flowers I've showed you, there's also this bud. Dendrobium fleckeri have these really long stems, and these long stems, by the way, they're called Pseudobulbs, and there are certain orchids that have pseudobulbs and others that don't, and they're a water storage organ to help them cope with drying out. These orchids here are Restrepia, and there's 3 of them. So there's that one, there's that one, and there's this one, which is the biggest. And there's several different species of Restrepia, and I'm not too sure what species this one is, but I'm thinking it's Restrepia elegans. And there's something very interesting I want to show you. See that? See that thing there? That's an orchid seed pod. So you might be wondering, am I going to be growing the seeds? Well, no, because orchids, they're extremely difficult to grow from seeds. So no, I will not be growing them from seeds, because they're just too difficult to grow from seeds. Although there's not very many flowers on it at the moment, here's a flower bud on this Restrepia orchid, and I've got a photo to show you what the flowers look like. They're very strange, eh? They're boat shaped. They're shaped like a boat. Restrepias, they don't have pseudobulbs, so instead you have these very narrow stems. So you have these long skinny stems instead of pseudobulbs, and because of this they're less tolerant of drying out. And Restrepia orchids, they're native to the South American rainforest. And if you look here, look at that. There's another flower bud. That looks very interesting, shaped like a boat. And this orchid here is Mediacalca decoratum, and this is a species that's native to New Guinea, to the rainforest of New Guinea. And I've actually got 2 of them. There's one there, and then a much bigger one there. And it's got this spreading habit, so it grows like a ground cover. And it's not flowering at the moment, but I do have a photo to show you what they look like. And although the flowers don't look like an orchid, they are an orchid. Here's a really interesting one. This is Pleurothallus restrepioides, and it has got these paddle shaped leaves, and I've got 4 of them here. So there's this great big one, this smaller one, and a smaller one there, and I've got another one there as well. So I've got quite a few of them. And like the Restrepia orchid I showed you earlier, they've got long narrow stems instead of Pseudobulbs. So this is another species that doesn't have Pseudobulbs. So they're less tolerant of drying out, so they like to stay quite damp. And this orchid is Masdevallia pyxis, and this is a species that's native to the rainforests of South America, and it's not flowering at the moment. And this is yet again another species of orchid that does not have Pseudobulbs. So they're less tolerant of drying out, and they like to stay damp. This one here is my Cymbidium, and if you look here, there's some new growth, and the leaves are so long, it looks very much like grass. So that's my Cymbidium orchid. And lastly, we have the pink rock orchid, Dendrobium kingianum, and this is another species of orchid that's native to Australia, and they're not flowering at the moment, but I do have an old photo that I can show you so you can see what they look like. And there's something interesting. See that? That's an orchid seed pod. And once again, I will not be growing the seeds because germinating orchid seeds is extremely difficult. So I won't be growing the seeds.